Hey guys, I'm Trevor. I'm from Dirt Road 4x4. I'm also one of the admins of the JPOD group on Facebook. I thought I'd do a quick video comparing the Outback to the new JPOD X. So we'll continue on the video and let's have a look at the two JPODs side by side.
Alright, we'll get the ball rolling with the Outback. The Outback is the Outback version or full drive off-road version of the JPOD. It comes with a DO35 hitch, which is an improvement, and a very robust universal hitch. It comes with a fixed 200 watt solar panel, so it's ideal for keeping the batteries charged up. I still have a preference for portable solar, but having the fixed solar definitely gives you a good backup. The Outback comes with a sink with the ability to add a hot water system later. On our JPOD we actually added the Truma hot water system, which is amazing. It comes with a 2-burner stove and is fitted with 2 bayonet fittings so you can run your Weber as well. On the underside we've got the JTEC suspension, the independent suspension, which is a definite feature of the Outback and of course the X as well. This is a really good system and I wish I had it on my JPOD Sport. All 3 JPODs now boast an 80 litre water tank, which is great, and they've got a shroud which protects it from flying rocks. Up next to the kitchen you've got a 12 volt plug and a 240 volt plug, ideal if you want to plug in a kettle or a 240 volt appliance. One of the negatives definitely is having a 2.5 bag awning. I think a quality 270 awning is far better for this unit. It comes with a light on the outside. On the interior it's really spacious. You can see here the cabinet on the side here. We use the 3 tubs for our utensils, our pots and pans, that sort of thing. It has a fire extinguisher and it has your power switches and light switches. I'm exceptionally pleased to see a quality fridge go into the JPOD. All the different fridges they've put in these fridges cheapen the brand. I'm really pleased to see a quality brand go into the JPOD. One of the big positives of the Outback is the amount of underbed storage space for portable toilets, solar, flooring, all that sort of stuff. One of the improvements, and I think it's a ripper, is the protection around the Bluetooth enabled battery management system. That's a huge improvement because I know I'm always worried about bashing mine when I'm packing stuff underneath. The addition of the Sirocco fans is fantastic as well. We've got 2 in our little JPOD Sport. Side pockets, side lights with USB is really good. On the old series of JPODs you used to have 3 cabinets up the top here. On the new ones you've only got 2. On the opposite side of the Outback you've got your water ingress. You've also got your 240 volt ingress if you're in a caravan park or whatever, remembering you should carry a 15 amp lead. It also has a front locker which is really big. It's quite good. It's opposite the kitchen. We put our stove in there and you've got window, and of course it's got the rooftop tent compatible roof rack, so it's a good solid roof rack. You can put lots of things on there. We mentioned earlier the DO35, but you've also got a jerry can holder and you've got a really substantial toolbox going right across the front of the unit, which includes a 9 kilo gas bottle on the Outback unit. Remember also the Outback comes with a 100 amp hour AGM battery, which is upgradable down the track to lithium. I wish the Outback was available when we bought our JPOD Sport in 2017. I love the idea of the independent suspension. Where I think the Outback is outstanding is the amount of storage, particularly the underbed storage. I think that's terrific. Where it can be improved is a 270 awning on the Outback, a quality 270 awning which gives you really good coverage. I think there are a couple of really big improvements that could be made on the Outback. Overall, the simplicity of JPOD is awesome. Let's head across to the brand new JPOD X and let's go through the different features the JPOD X has to offer. The JPOD X pictured had the Ironman 270 awning on it, which gave it pretty good coverage. I think a 270 awning on any of the JPODs is idyllic realistically. Once again, the X is featured with a DO35 coupling, along with a 9 kilo bottle and jerry can holder with a substantial toolbox going right across the JPOD. Internally it features a Sirocco fan, a TV holder, plenty of cabinets above the bed for bits and pieces. It also has a door either side, so if you have to go to the toilet at night, it does make it easy to get out, and with a nice big airy sort of feel to the side of it. The only downside, and it's a big downside, is the lack of underbed storage. If you've got a portable toilet, flooring, EVA matting for your showers, pretty much lots of stuff that we put under our bed we would miss if we had the X. The kitchen's similar to the Outback, but it faces backwards towards where you'll notice in a moment the rear kitchen area where the fridge and servery area is. It features a 2-burner stove and sink, and a pantry which enables you to access the servery area at the back of the X, which is the main feature of the unit. Moving around the back of the X, you'll see it's got a big servery area in the back. Lots of cupboards, lots of places to put all your pantry gear, your pots and pans, that sort of thing. It features an upright fridge. Now, I'm not sure about an upright fridge in this style of camper. You need solar, you need a lot of power to keep an upright fridge running. They draw 3 times more than a chest fridge and certainly don't pack as much into an upright fridge. But it's certainly an upgrade from the prototype that I saw at the Sydney Caravan Camping Show last year. So you can see here lots of cupboards, plastic clips holding in the different shelves. The upright is a 65 litre and fits neatly into the cavity. You can see you've got a nice bench space to prepare food. Power points. It's set up pretty nice at the back of the unit. The Outback featured at the show has a optional rooftop tent attached to the top. So if you've got teenagers, it does make a family unit of the X. So you can see the ladder going up. It's got a really good roof rack similar to the Outback, so it makes it ideal for this type of application. In the small locker opposite the kitchen, you'll see here you've got the water pump and the battery management system. This also features a 100 amp hour AGM battery. I think the battery could go into this location. You'll see in a few moments through the video where the battery is. It's not right. You'll see along the side you've got your 240 volt ingress if you're staying in a caravan park, along with your 240 volt circuit breaker, so it keeps your 240 volt system safe. This is where the X design really is a letdown. You can see the water ingress below the chassis. It really should be like the Outback and the Sport built into the unit. I don't understand why it's there. And then you get to the battery box. Now, as a full driver of over 35 years, where this battery box, it will be ripped off. This is designed to be an off-road camper. It's got the JTEC independent coil suspension, and they put the battery box right in front of the wheel. It's going to be an impedance. I think a major improvement would be to relocate the battery to a much safer location. The X doesn't offer a solar solution. The Sport is optional, and the Outback has the fixed 200 watt on the front of the unit. So you'll need to look at some kind of solar blanket as a solar solution for the unit. You can see here it's got a really big toolbox. The 9 kilo bottle is of a toolbox along with the jerry can holder, so it does give you a lot more space in the toolbox, which I think the unit will need. On the underside you've got the 80 litre water tank, which is shrouded and protected from rocks and debris, and of course you've got the JTEC independent coil suspension, which I think is an absolute ripper for these units. We have the Sport and love it. It's been everywhere. It's never let us down in 4 years. It's just the best little thing. I do wish when we bought our Sport that the Outback was available. I think the suspension, the independent suspension is gold. I think the Outback wins in this particular review. I think there's a couple of improvements on the X which are easy improvements, but Jayco are all over it. Fully Australian made. I think, you know, at the end of the day, the simplicity of the Jpod. We've got a fairly substantial video on all the modifications we've done to ours. You can do so much with these little units. They're Australian made, made in Melbourne. You can't go wrong with Jayco. Service agents all over Australia. I just think, you know, you're on a winner with these, and you've got plenty of options with the Sport, the Outback and the X. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Trev out.
I wish I knew don't care how far. I won't stop trying.